Sports all plays. Yeah. All sports all plays. All sports all plays. 365, we making up plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics living the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, they work in your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports all plays. All sports, all plays. Yeah. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making up plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics living the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, they work in your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. Network. We on top of our game. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays.
All right, welcome to the Afternoon Blitz on ASAP Sports Network. I have Greg here with me today. I'm Chris Gonzalez. We're going to jump in right into the NBA playoffs today. Also talk about the NFL draft coming up here in just a few hours. I know ASAP Sports has a big NFL draft show on tonight.
Yes.
Okay, if you're looking for something to check out tonight, I think it starts at 7 with the unscripted guys are going to kick it off, and then I think do like the first 10 picks, and then the ASAP crew, rest of the ASAP crew is going to take over and do the rest of the first round.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure it's going to be a very entertaining show tonight. So I would definitely check into it. But how you doing today, Craig?
I'm doing great, Chris. It's the NFL draft, the start of the new season. I'm interested to see where everybody is going, and I hope my Chiefs make some great picks tonight.
Yeah, see, I hope the Colts do something, but they don't. I don't think we have any first round picks. So,
Okay.
We traded ours away for quarterbacks, and well, we traded one away for DeForest Buckner, which I was okay with that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he's very.
It's not very often you're going to get a guy out like DeForest Buckner out of the draft. I mean,
yeah, true. That's true. Yes.
But what did you think of the NBA playoffs last night?
Man, it was Denver and Golden State was a good game. Was closer than what I thought it would be. Honestly, Denver showed some fight. Jokic did all that he could. Jokic did all that he could, but he put up 30. But when you don't have that help, you're gonna end up coming up short. I know Boogie Cousins had 19 coming off the bench. It's really the first game that Boogie Cousins actually did something. But Golden State was just too much. I mean, Seth dropped his 30. Gary Payton II, with his 15 off the bench, let's give him some flowers, because this was a guy where he had got cut from the team. He had offered to be like a video coordinator or whatever he was going to do just to be somewhat part of the team. And it was one of the assistant coaches for Steve Kerr that said, no, you don't need to do all that. We're going to make sure you have a spot here as long as you work. And he worked his way, and Gary Payton II hit a big shot there late and helped Golden State move on to the second round. So we're one step closer to having our dream matchup of Golden State and Memphis. And we'll see if Memphis will handle their end of the deal here. But awesome game. Denver, it was a good season. Jokic needs help. If they don't give him that help, I know likes playing at Denver, but I can see him moving on as well if he doesn't get that help.
Yeah. The problem is with that, he has help, if they were just healthy.
Right, Jamal Murray, yeah.
I'm not saying that's going to be enough, but I think that puts them up there as a contender if you add Murray, and if Porter's healthy and playing well, because a lot of people forget Porter was really starting to turn into what people thought he was going to turn into if it wasn't for the injuries, and then gets hurt again.
Yeah.
So, it was fun to watch, because, especially in that fourth quarter when Jokic and Curry just started trading baskets basically back and forth.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was a very, very, very good game. Like I said, I didn't expect it to be that close. So Denver, give them credit for showing fight. But Golden State was just a little bit too much for the Nuggets.
And I'll tell you what, teams better be worried if you have to play the Warriors right now, because Klay Thompson's starting to look like the Klay Thompson of old. He's gotten his legs back under him. I think he's finally got his confidence back, and he's been shooting the ball lights out as well. So
shooting the lights out, and he's starting to play good defense now. I know his knees were still kind of bothering him when he first, started back playing, but it seems like he's able to bend a little bit better now, and he's playing that defense of the Klay before he got injured. So
don't get me wrong, his shooting's important.
Yeah,
I think on that team, his defense is it might be more important.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it is.
Because when he's playing defense like he's capable of playing, at least that we saw him play in the past, which looks like he's going to be capable of it. Looks like his legs are okay. Just takes a while to you have to get your confidence back in your legs. But you had him as another defender to help Draymond with what Draymond does. Mm. That's key for the Warriors.
Yeah, they're definitely going to need it if they're playing Memphis here in this next round. Klay is going to. I'm not saying Klay will be on job for the whole game. That's not possible. But in certain moments, they're going to need Klay to be on job. So his knees are going to be. We're going to know how Klay's knees feel in that second round. So it's going to be a great matchup for sure.
And then the other game last night, the Bucks just pretty much controlled the Bulls that whole game. Actually, 16 points. I'm surprised it didn't end up more than 16 points the way that game went most of the game. Yeah. The Bulls injuries hurt the Bulls a lot. I'm not saying that there was a top contender team this year, because I don't believe they were. You saw in the regular season they played some of the better teams. They would struggle some, but they were a solid playoff team, and without the injuries, I think they'd had a better seed, and they might have had a chance to get out of the first round and maybe make it to a second round series. But then when you got all them injuries, you drop down to a lower seed, and then you have to play the defending champion Bucks. You're not doing yourself any favors.
All right, yeah. Injuries and seeding didn't help. Playing the Bucks was a bad matchup for them. But the Bulls had a very good season. No one expected them to win as many games as they did. So they got in the playoffs. Billy Donovan did a great job in his first year there. We'll see what they do during the offseason. Will Levine come back, or will they go ahead or will Zach, go to a different team? We'll find out here. But if he does leave, of course, they're going to need another scorer to take his spot so that they can get to that next level. So we'll see what they do on that. For the Bucks, Giannis, if you want to say he's the best basketball player in the NBA right now, I wouldn't be mad at that, because he's playing like it. And not only that, he's making free throws now.
Yep.
So now you can't just say, well, we'll foul him and he'll miss like 10 free throws. No, he's not missing them now. So
he might miss 2 or 3 a game out of 14 or 15.
Out of 15 now, yeah, which is way better than what he was doing last year. So his free throws are getting better. His jump shot is getting better. Now he's really getting scary because now it's like, what do you do? Now we're keeping him from the basket. He's making the jump shot. Now we're fouling him. He's making the foul shots. Pretty soon, there's going to be no way to stop Giannis.
They showed like 5 or 6 replays last night. I can't remember if it was ESPN or if it was on TNT.
Mm-hmm.
But all the replays they showed, he would get the ball in the paint, and there would be 4 to 5 guys on him, and they still can't stop him from scoring.
Still can't do it. Yeah.
The only other guy that I used to see do that was Shaq.
Yeah, with Shaq, right? Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, he had 33. He was 11 for 15 shooting. I mean, if he plays like that, I forget what their second round matchup is going to be.
Celtics.
Woo, boy. That's another must-see series.
Oh,
right
yeah. Yep. Celtics. I think it starts, I want to say Saturday, maybe.
Saturday, okay. I could definitely see that going 7 games. Now here's the deal for the Bucks. They're not going to have Chris Middleton. So I'm pretty sure Marcus Smart is going to be on Giannis most of the time. So and they'll throw some doubles his way too. So it's going to be up to the others. That means Grayson Allen's going to have to do more. Other people are going to have to do more for the Bucks to win this series. I still think it's possible. I think Milwaukee can still win that series, but without Chris Middleton, is probably going to take all 7 games.
And correction, that series starts on Sunday at 1 p.m.
Sunday, okay, yeah. So
yeah, there are some Saturday games, but that series don't start to Sunday. Yeah, that's going to be a great series to watch because I mean, honestly, that could have very easily been the Eastern Conference Finals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I know everybody's on the Boston train right now. Boston is a very good team, but I still feel like the Bucks, even without Chris Middleton, that they can still win that series.
Then tonight in the NBA, we got 3 games. Game 6, 76ers at the Raptors. I think the 76ers might be in a little trouble here. Embiid's hand is bothering them. I think it's hurt worse than what they're saying.
Yeah,
and it's a ligament or something. I think there might be something broken as well. You can tell it's really bothering them. And the Raptors are starting gaining a little bit of confidence with winning them 2 games. If 76ers lose tonight, I think they lose this series. So I think 76ers need to win this game. I know Game 7 will be back in Philly, but if Raptors win this game tonight and you tied up 3-3, even though you're going back to Philly, all the pressure's on the Sixers.
Oh yeah,
because nobody expected the Raptors to even really have a chance in this series. So if the Raptors win tonight, I think that puts a whole lot of pressure on the Sixers, and James Harden's going to have to step up, especially if Embiid's hands bother him that much where he can't get his offense going.
Yeah, Embiid, the injury couldn't come at a worse time for Philly. Harden needs to drop 30 tonight. He needs to drop 30 tonight. He needs to have a playoff game where he's not throwing up a whole bunch of bricks. And so the pressure is really on James Harden tonight because he has to show that trade is worth something, that the Sixers have to get out the first round. If they lose tonight, Game 7 is back at Philly, but can you imagine how much tension is going to be in that building for a Game 7? The fans are going to be ready to boo at any and everything the Sixers do wrong in that game 7. So, yeah, the pressure is on the Sixers to get out of this round, to win tonight. If they end up losing this series after being up 3-0, I don't see how. Not only is Doc Rivers gone after that, but Daryl Morey might be gone as well, because I don't see how both of them survive after giving up a 3-0 lead.
Yeah, they'll. I think Doc Rivers will be gone, especially if they lose this series. He's going to be gone.
Oh yeah,
especially with his past records of blowing a couple 3-1 leads already, and then if you blow a 3-0 lead, and some of the comments he's made with Philadelphia already don't sit right with a lot of the Philadelphia fans. Who knows how it's set with the front office? Honestly, I think what's going to happen. I've been saying this all season. I think Rivers will be gone. I think Morey will still be there, and I think he's going to bring in D'Antoni. He already has James Harden there. He's going to bring D'Antoni there and basically turn the Sixers into the Rockets.
All right, let's shoot 33s a game and not play defense. That's what it's going to be. Yeah. Well, I hope it doesn't get that way, because then Embiid would be wasted there, because he's not going to shoot threes like that. What's going on, Deontay?
How's it
What's up,
going,
Deontay?
y'all?
Going good.
Nah, sorry, I missed yesterday. Yesterday was my birthday, so we celebrated my girlfriend. We had a little picnic. She made me a picnic for my birthday, so we celebrated my birthday yesterday.
Hey,
Yeah, well, happy birthday, my man.
All right, thank you. What's the topic right now?
we're talking about the 76ers and the Raptors tonight.
Man, I hope the Sixers win for Doc Rivers, because he's known for this.
Yeah.
He's known. This is what he is legit known for. If you look up what is Doc Rivers known for, is blowing big game leagues and blowing leagues where you were the favorite.
Yep.
That's always been Doc Rivers' problem.
If they lose this series, he's done in Philadelphia, right?
I think he's done as a head coach if he loses this series.
I can see that too. With already blowing 3-1 leads that he's blown, and if you blow a 3-0 lead,
he blew one in the Clippers, twice on the Clippers. He blew one, I think, in Orlando.
Yep.
And he'll blow one here, and plus he was favored to win last year.
Yeah, and blew that one. Yeah, and he was up 3-2 when he was coaching Boston in 2012. They had Bron down 3-2, and they let him win game 6 and 7.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah, his record in closeout games is not very good.
He doesn't know how to close out.
Yeah, he doesn't.
Then you got two of the worst people. You got arguably the worst closeout person in basketball on your team. And then you got one that's not the best at coaching, because James Harden, everybody expect James Harden to just go back to that Houston James Harden. I just don't believe it.
No, I don't believe it either.
Yeah.
What about the Suns Pelicans tonight?
I think Suns going to finish it. I think Suns going to finish it off. Give Devin Booker some rest so he can recuperate. They're going to finish it off. And I believe they're going to play. Now, I ain't going to lie. If Devin Booker's not their next series and they have to play the Mavericks, it's going to be a hard series. Because Luka Doncic is going to.
Especially the way Jalen Brunson's playing as well.
Yes,
if he can keep up his level of play.
Luka Doncic is going to take over that series. He's going to be a little bit healthier. He's going to get some rest. And Luka Doncic going to take over that series without Devin Booker.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. I think the Pelicans give us one last good game here. I think Brandon Ingram will drop 30, 35 points. The Pelicans win tonight. but they lose Game 7. So
Yeah,
I think it will be a seventh game.
so I'm with Deontay on this one. I had the Suns winning tonight, but it wouldn't surprise me if the Pelicans won. I mean, the Pelicans have been competitive in almost all the games, and they've had. I mean, they're having.
Yeah.
McCollum made a lot bigger difference coming in than what I thought he was going to when they traded for him.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. He has. So
Pelicans got a bright future, so I know they're not mad. They got a bright future.
Oh yeah.
Nobody believed they was going to be in the playoffs this year. They got a great future ahead of them.
Yeah, they got CJ there.
Zion comes back.
Come back. Yeah, so the future is definitely bright there. And I feel like they have the right head coach there as well. So they're definitely going to be making some.
I love Willie Green. I believe he's a coach of the year candidate.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, he's done an awesome job down there for sure.
In the last game we had last night. Oh, wait, no, that was last game last night. I'm messing up. Last game we have tonight. Utah Jazz and Dallas Mavericks. Or no, they don't play tonight. Memphis Grizzlies.
Yeah. No. That's right. Mavs and Jazz. That's right.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at far ahead. See, I'm all messed up over here. That's what happens. That's what happens when you get sick and they put you on 8,000 different medicines. It messes you all up for a minute. But anyway, Mavericks and Jazz tonight. Dallas is up 3-2. You think Dallas can close it out tonight?
I think they are. Luka Doncic, Jalen Brunson, Kluber, all of them boys. I think they're going to close it out. And I think Utah is going to be the last time you see Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell in a Utah Jazz jersey together.
Boy, this is it for the Jazz. If there was any last stand or last hope or anything that they had left, this is the game for that. It's in their building. I'm going to go ahead and say they win tonight to force a Game 7. But if it doesn't happen, not only is Donovan Mitchell going to be wanting out, Quinn Snyder is going to be up out of there too. So they're going to be looking for a new head coach coming this next season.
Yeah, I think if they get put out tonight or even in this series, I think they're going to be blowing that team up.
Yeah.
And starting another rebuild because they've had these guys together for 5-6 years and it's been the same story. They'll be one of the better regular season teams in the league, but get in the playoffs and look like a totally different team. And Donovan Mitchell hasn't looked the. I don't know if he's maybe injured or something, but he hasn't looked the same in these playoffs. He's missing a lot of shots right at the rim that usually don't see him miss and leaving a lot of stuff short.
Yeah. He has looked kind of off in this series. But I've always said that about Quinn Snyder is that he can only take you so far. He's the kind of coach where he can build a team from crap and make it better than what it was, but that's all he can do. He can't get you to that next level. He can't get you to a conference final. He can't get you to a final because he's not that kind of coach. Now, if you want to rebuild, like he can go coach the Sacramento Kings, and now the Sacramento Kings can be decent. But if you're asking Quinn Snyder, hey, lead us to a championship, he's not the coach that's going to be able to do that. And that's why Utah fails at every single season, because some of his coaching towards the end of these games, especially blowing that 3-1 lead against Denver when they were in the bubble, it's just bad. It was just bad coaching. So
No, I agree. Snyder's only going to get you so far. He's not the guy that's going to make a team from being like the Jazz are, one of the best regular season teams, and then be able to get you over that hump. He can get you that. That's about his level of getting you at. And I think the Jazz will be blown up if they don't make a playoff run, and they don't look like they're going to.
They're not going to make a playoff run. It's not even Quinn Snyder. I just think how the system and how Rudy Gobert set up in that system, he can't do anything else besides protect the rim defensively. He's real good at it. He's one of the best defensive players in the league, but it's the fact that he cannot do anything besides protect the rim. So that's the big reason. And Donovan Mitchell, I think he really likes Rudy Gobert, but I think he knows that too.
Yeah. Yeah, it's time. If I'm Donovan Mitchell, I'm asking to be traded somewhere else after this is over with.
I don't know if they'll trade Donovan Mitchell. I think the first person that's going to get traded more is Rudy Gobert due to he's the one that we can't build around. But Donovan Mitchell, you could build a whole team around him. I think they're going to keep Donovan Mitchell. I really do. And I think they're going to trade Rudy Gobert, even though in a trade you'll get more for Donovan Mitchell than you will for Rudy Gobert. But I think Rudy Gobert is going to go to somewhere else.
Yeah, I agree. I think they'll keep Mitchell before they keep Gobert.
Yeah.
Let's talk. You want to jump into some NFL draft stuff?
Yeah, sure.
We have to get out of here. I know you only had about an hour, which we still have 20, 25 minutes or so, but figured we haven't talked much about the draft. Draft's coming up tonight. I know there's pressure on every team to do well in the draft, but which team do you think have the most pressure to get the draft right this year?
Ooh.
I can go first if you want me to, Greg.
Oh, okay. Lions. And the reason I say the Lions is we all know the franchise is a dumpster fire, but of course we know who they're going to pick first. It's going to be Aiden Hutchinson out of Michigan. That's a very good pass rusher. I wish that my Chiefs could get him, but yeah, the Lions, it has to be better than they have to do better than what they've done. I mean, so they're trying to build around Jared Goff, which he's an average quarterback. So
I don't think Jared Goff's average.
He's not all that good. He's not all that good to me. But yeah, I think the pressure's on them for sure. And then if you want to throw Cleveland in there, too. But I would say those two teams.
Okay. Personally, I see what you're saying with the Lions because they need the win. They're not in the win now mode, but they're in a point of building up and trying to build a culture. But the Lions been doing this like for 10 to 12 years, so I wouldn't say that. I'll say teams like, for example, I think Kansas City Chiefs is a team that's going to be very important to draft because they're in the win now mode with Patrick Mahomes. You got Travis Kelce. You just signed some people. You got Juju Smith-Schuster. And they're the most intriguing team with 2 first-round picks, so they don't know who they can get. They don't know if they're going to try to go for a DK Metcalf, AJ Brown, even Deebo Samuel. You don't know what they're going to get. And also another team that you need to watch out for, I think, is Philadelphia Eagles, because I believe they're going to build around Jalen Hurts. They're going to get them another wide receiver, or they're going to give them another defensive back that's going to build. You got main teams. You got a lot of teams that I'm very intrigued on what they're getting. I'm really intrigued on my Chargers, for example. I know that we're thinking about getting a guard, thinking getting Pennington, or I think on the defensive side, I wouldn't have a problem getting Jordan Davis. So it's going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot tricky. So them teams that are Super Bowl contenders, or them teams that a draft pick can make them very much a dark horse or a person to run in the playoffs, I believe that's going to be any team. So I'll say teams like you got the Chiefs, you got the Eagles. I think the Giants are going to be very important what they're going to do in the sake for Daniel Jones.
That was going to be my team is the New York Giants because they have
It's a lot.
you have 2 top 10 picks.
The New York Jets.
And it just came out that the Giants are not going to exercise Daniel Jones' 5th-year option. So this, as of right now, this is his last season. This is the last season he's under contract for with the Giants. And they just said they're not picking up his 5th-year option. So
I think this is going to be the year Daniel Jones has to prove himself.
Yep,
he's gonna have to now.
You have that new coach with Dayball and why he done with Buffalo's offense, everybody's expecting him to be able to turn the Giants around. So I'm real interested to see what the Giants do in this draft, especially with them 2 top 10 picks. They have to get some offensive line help. It don't matter who you have at quarterback if you don't have an offensive line to at least protect them some. I think
hope they get an offensive line. I hope they get an offensive line. That's what I pray. I hope they get an offensive line. That's the one thing they need. Because I believe Daniel Jones, if he have an offensive line, he'll be a solid quarterback. He could win the division with the line.
Yeah, I think Jones could be a successful quarterback for New York if they had an offensive line. He's shown flashes of it when he's had chances to get rid of the ball. Then you get a lot of stupid turnovers, which a lot of that's from you're under so much pressure.
And he's mobile in the pocket. So, he got all the stuff you need to be successful in the NFL. I think he just doesn't have a fair chance because without the offensive line and proper protection of the quarterback and lack of weapons at sometimes in his career.
Yeah.
It's a lot of important things in this draft this year. So I like to see what they're going to do. So, but I also want to see how the Houston Texans are going to move without Deshaun Watson. I want to see who's going to be the first quarterback taken. Is Pittsburgh going to get a quarterback of the future? Well, I personally believe what Pittsburgh should do. Well, I've been telling people I'll get Baker Mayfield because Cleveland going to end up cutting him. Going to pay some of his salary. I'll pick him up from from the cutting.
You can pick him up for good value as well.
Yeah, I'll sign Baker Mayfield for 2 years. Sit down Malik Willis for another. Draft Malik Willis, sit him down for 2 years, and let him feel the game, learn the game, and then he'll be ready. That's personally what I would do. But it's a lot. I want to know who's going to be first. Is Malik Willis going to be first, and then he's going to be a day one starter? Do you have Kenny Pritchett? Is he going first? You have Desmond Ridder. Is he going to the first round? That's all I want to know is the quarterback play too. How the quarterbacks are going to go around in the draft.
Do you think there'll be a quarterback drafted in the first 20 picks?
No.
If they do, it's highly unlikely. But if they do, I believe it's going to either be Pittsburgh or it's going to be Carolina.
That's the 20th pick, right?
Out of them two, will be Pittsburgh or Carolina. Pittsburgh, I think, got the 16th.
16th. Okay.
Yeah, I could see Pittsburgh or Carolina getting a quarterback, but if they don't, then you're not going to see none of the quarterbacks picked within the first.
It's only them two.
Yeah, so
and
no other team needs it.
It's either going to be Pritchett or Willis, and it's going to be. I predict it's only going to be one quarterback drafted in the first round. If drafted, it's going to be at least one. It's going to be only one.
Yeah, that's what I think. So I can see none being drafted in the first round, but I can see maybe one to one of those two teams. I think it'll be Willis. I think he'll be the first quarterback off the board.
Yeah, because of potential, his arm talent, and everything what he could be. He got a higher ceiling than all of them. But if I had to pick one to start one in week one, I wouldn't know who to pick because I'm not.
I'm not sold on any of them to be a starter yet.
I don't see all of them could be a starter.
Yeah, they're not.
I think all of them need to sit at least 1 year.
Yeah, definitely.
Probably 2.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, we'll see what the Chiefs do with their picks here. It's been a lot of convo here. Are they gonna go defense? Get them a pass rusher?
If I were y'all, I'll go defense. So my whole draft will be straight on defense because y'all literally. Patrick Mahomes is nice. I love Patrick Mahomes, even though I'm a diehard Chargers fan. I love Patrick Mahomes. I like Travis Kelce, and I like Clyde Edwards-Helaire. But besides that, that's your offense. Y'all can work with that. Patrick Mahomes can work with it with Juju Smith-Schuster. He can work with a lot of them boys. And I think honestly, I need to just work on straight defense. And y'all can still sign a receiver. Y'all can sign a Jarvis Landry. I'll work on y'all in y'all defense because y'all really need to just get defense. Y'all have Chris Jones, and Chris Jones just can't do it by himself. So y'all need to work on y'all defense. Y'all got Reed. Reed is a very solid safety that y'all just picked up. And just work on y'all cornerback. Get a deeper cornerback, get a linebacker play that can go fly and then get you another edge rusher. And that's what y'all really need to work on is the defense. Hopefully, if y'all not getting a key wide receiver like DK or something, hopefully y'all first 2 picks in the first round be receivers.
Yeah, a lot of the fans want defense. They want an edge rusher. They want a corner. My personal favorite corner, I don't know if they're gonna draft him in the first round, but Kobe Bryant out of Cincinnati, that's a good corner. He would work well here, but again, I don't know if they're gonna draft him in the first round. So
only one I'm hearing, there's only like a few. There's only like I ain't gonna lie, the cornerbacks is kind of weak too. Like the only 2 cornerbacks I literally will look at is Derek Stingley Jr. from LSU due to raw talent, and I like Sauce Gardner. I like those 2, but I look at all the other people tape. It's not them 2. Those got all pro potential, I believe so, but I don't believe this draft class is as strong. Yeah, the Chiefs. Yeah, I agree with Andre.
Yeah.
In defense,
definitely be good.
Who do I want the Chargers to get? Ooh, that's a good one. Me, I personally, I like Trevor Pennington. I knew they're gonna get him. I'm pretty sure I'll be solid with getting a tackle due to the fact we just got a Beluga, and I like how we got rid of Beluga because he was getting older, and plus that gave us free cap space so we could work with free agency more. So I hope we can get a right tackle, but I wouldn't be mad if we go for defense, get another run stuffer to improve more. I know adding Khalil Mack improved our run defense a little bit, and allowing J.C. Jackson makes a lot of more runaround for Derwin James. I believe we're going to use him more like a Brian Dawkins did in Philadelphia, or how they used Tyrann Mathieu up in Kansas City. I think we're going to use him more. But I think personally, what I like as a defensive tackle, maybe a Jordan Davis from Georgia, get an improved run stopper and just move and or we get a linebacker that just fly. So either way it go, like nice middle linebacker play, I'll either take that. But I wouldn't be mad if we had an offensive line as a first round pick. Rashawn Slater came out nice, so I'm pretty proud of and I'm confident in my draft and my scout team, so we can improve, and I'm pretty good in our development. So
I'm hoping the Colts go receiver. We need help at receiver. That's one of our biggest positions we're going to need help at. We don't have first round picks, but you can still find good receivers in the second round.
Yeah, you can still find some of the best receivers didn't even come from the first round.
Mm-hmm.
Devontae Adams wasn't a first round pick. Jarvis Landry wasn't a first round pick. There was a lot of people that wasn't first round picks. Tree Hill wasn't a first round pick.
Nope, it was not.
And some of them were key. And Debo Samuel wasn't. Some of the best receivers in football. So y'all can get somebody. I think, that's y'all biggest thing. Y'all get a receiver because y'all are set on defense. I think y'all just go straight skills position. I think that's what the Colts should do.
Receiver or tight end?
Receiver and a receiving tight end. That should be like y'all go-to picks. And get y'all I think y'all should get two receivers this draft. Get y'all like a slot and get y'all one outside numbers person.
So I think Pittman's going to be good.
Oh yeah, Pittman is
I think he's going to be solid if you can get somebody on the other side.
I like Michael Pittman Jr. I like Michael Pittman Jr.
Now, if the Colts are able to draft Jameson Williams, I know he got injured, but when he was healthy at Bama last season, he dominated. You put him on that Colts team, they're gonna be good. So
I don't know. I think the Colts will be good with a Christian Olave, Drake London. I think one of them guys. I think y'all gonna go for speed instead of possession. Yeah, I think there's more speed receivers nowadays than possession receivers.
With the Giants not going to pick up Jones's option, and they have some pretty good picks in the second round as well. I could see them maybe go if Willis makes it Willis or one of them quarterbacks that don't get picked in that first round. I could see them going maybe picking one of them.
That'll be very tricky. They get one of those quarterbacks. I think they'll trade Daniel Jones.
Yeah.
Or they only have Jones under contract for this season, so even if they draft a guy, let him sit out this season, and plan on using him next year, and like you said, trade Jones or release him.
Yeah, trade or release Jones. Jones will probably go somewhere, be a backup for a year. He probably can go. Honestly, I think Jones is going to go somewhere where he's going to be a backup for a year for one of these aging quarterbacks, and he's just going to get better. Either way, I think Daniel Jones. I honestly think it's more of the Giants than Daniel Jones.
I agree with that. I think Jones has potential to be a good, like you said, a solid quarterback in the NFL. He just has to get in the right scheme, and the Giants just haven't been able to, for one, put an offensive line in front of them. That's been the biggest problem. They've got weapons. I think the other thing that hurts you is Saquon Barkley hasn't been able to stay healthy.
Yeah.
So that hurts you a lot.
I want to say all the moving pieces, all the receivers been moving around. I say so it's been kind of hard for Daniel Jones. I can't even lie. It's been kind of hard.
Yeah, it has been. If they get an offensive line, it's interesting. We talk about Daniel Jones, and this literally just kind of popped in my head. What if Daniel Jones and Jimmy G switch places? Who would who would look better? Because you put Daniel Jones in San Francisco, I feel like they would still make, NFC championship games and all that because the team is already set. So Daniel Jones is just literally, okay, Daniel Jones, don't turn over the ball. Boom. And then Jimmy G I think he would suffer with the Giants because
I think his arm talent's better than Jimmy G's. I think his arm talent's better than Jimmy G's. He can make throws that Jimmy G can't.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, he has a higher ceiling than what Jimmy G does, I believe.
Yeah.
But there's something about Jimmy G, dude, that
he just finds ways.
The dude wins.
He does.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the record in San Francisco. Without Jimmy G, they're terrible. With Jimmy G, they win.
Yeah, he wins games though like crazy.
He's not flashy, but he
finds a way somehow. Yeah. It's very weird. Think Pittsburgh drafts
I'm pretty sure they might. Deep down in my gut, I think they're going to draft a quarterback first. But if they don't, I don't know what else they'll draft. Honestly, because that's literally their biggest need is that quarterback.
Yeah, they're going to have to draft a quarterback. Honestly, none of these quarterbacks really they don't have no wow factor for me. But if they do draft a quarterback, why not go with the guy that played right in their backyard in Pritchett? So
I'd rather take Willis over Pritchett.
Yeah, Willis. I mean, he's got the better upside.
No, I say I'll take Willis over Pritchett due to the arm talent. Pritchett, he was nice. I ain't gonna lie, I like Pritchett, but Pritchett, when you watch him in Pittsburgh, he played a lot of more inconsistent play. So same thing with Willis, but they're both very inconsistent. But I would just go with the talent and the moxie, how he presents himself, how he plays, how his mobility is. Like I just like Malik Willis. He just gives me a wow factor. Like, okay, I think I can do this. I know I can do this. He rallies around his troops, and I think he can do it. I think Malik Willis is going to be the first quarterback picked.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be mad if Pritchett was the first quarterback picked because I'm not very confident in either or. But it's either going to be Pittsburgh or Carolina to get a quarterback, but I think it's going to be Pittsburgh draft quarterback the first round. If it's not first, then second. It's one of those two rounds.
And then they would go for the season. They would start with Mason Rudolph as their starter, I would guess. That's what the Steelers are going to do.
No, I think they're going to start Mitchell Trubisky.
Oh, Trubisky.
Yeah, Trubisky. Trubisky's going to be the starter. So honestly, I kind of like this.
Well, good luck.
I kind of
with
like it. No, like honestly, I think I kind of like it because if they get, I kind of like hearing about this because honestly, because Pittsburgh, this gonna be the first time in a very long time that they're straight rebuild. That Big Ben is gone.
Yeah.
So I'm just really thinking, so why not Baker Mayfield? This is why I'm saying Baker Mayfield. Pittsburgh will be the perfect choice for Baker Mayfield because Baker Mayfield can either he can have those quarterback. He can sign a 2-year, $20 million deal with Pittsburgh. I think he's better than Mitchell Trubisky, in my opinion. Some people believe so. I think he's better than Mitchell Trubisky.
Oh yeah, he's better than him. Yeah.
Honestly, I think you just have him. You draft Willis. Have Willis sit back for 2 seasons, watch Baker Mayfield study the game, watch what he needs to do, get some mentorship. You get a veteran quarterback that can teach him what to see, teach him everything. That's what you do. You get a veteran quarterback in Baker Mayfield, your 3rd-string veteran quarterback. You can get like I don't know if you'll do it, a Ryan. I'm just saying, like a name like a Ryan Fitzpatrick, something like that. Teach the rookie quarterback how to play the game, give him the practice, give him the play, prepare himself, and then he'll be ready in 2 seasons. It's a marathon, not a sprint. So that's how I think Pittsburgh will move. And I think if they get Baker Mayfield, that would be a perfect pit. That would be a perfect thing. But people are going to say, Deontay, why not Mitchell Trubisky? He can do the same exact thing Baker Mayfield can. But the difference between Trubisky and Mayfield is Mayfield can actually win you games. And I think Mayfield can win you games. I personally believe Mitchell Trubisky can't win you games. I understand people blame Matt Nagy in Chicago. And I understand that. And it's not that. And I'm trying to word this. It was not an ideal situation for Trubisky. But I still think Baker Mayfield, due to the fact that he had a whole bunch of offensive coordinators, a whole bunch of head coaches, even I think he had more than one GM. He'll be in one system. He'll be in a system that he's learning. Mike Tomlin will coach him up, motivate him, and I think he'll play better. I think he'll do stuff better than Mitch Trubisky. I think he got the confidence and he can rally his team. I think he's good in the locker room. He's good for the people, and I think he'll be good in Pittsburgh as being the starting quarterback. And honestly, I think he'll be a guy to tell Malik Willis, hey, man, teach him the game this, down, and third, because I honestly think Baker Mayfield loves the competition part. And with that chip on his shoulder, when he had that chip on his shoulder in college when he was a walk-on. So coming from a walk-on coming from Texas Tech to be in Oklahoma, he was behind Patrick Mahomes. And he came to Oklahoma with that chip on his shoulder, think he's the baddest thing. Next thing you know, we seen him on the Heisman, college football playoffs. He was in college football playoffs. Like you see him in his best when he got chip on his shoulder. And I think when he goes to Pittsburgh, he'll have this chip on his shoulder. And I think he'll play some of the best ball he never played. Don't get me wrong. I'm not a big fan on Baker, but I think he's probably going to arguably play some of the best ball he played if he goes to a team and gets a chance to start and mentor. And I think he'll mentor Malik Willis or Pritchett as that next quarterback of the future.
Yeah, that's the Steelers' best option is Baker Mayfield because he's better than Trubisky. So might as well let him come on the team, and he'll be extra motivated. He gets to play against Cleveland twice, so that's going to be another factor too why he might stay. Why he might go to Pittsburgh. So
yeah, you're right, Andre. I've been hearing too a lot that the Chargers meaning to take a receiver, and they might take a receiver. The receiver I'm really hearing that they take is Chris Olave from Ohio State. That's why I really see the big thing is. But I see a lot of people say we're going for tackle like Pennington or we're going for Jordan Davis. I wouldn't be mind if we get a receiver. I wouldn't mind having a slot, having Keenan Allen play outside numbers, and having Christian Olave. He runs a 4.3, Will 4.2. So having that and the speed looks like that in the game. So I wouldn't mind us getting a receiver and having him in the slot, and we have him in the deep threat. We have Mike Williams still as a red zone threat. We have Keenan Allen, best third down receiver in football. We get Austin Eckler, and then in the next few things in the draft, we get us a running back, a 3-down running back, be the best utilization for us, a power back. So I can see Davis. I can see Davis.
Yeah.
But I think Davis going to be picking up earlier than Olave.
Yeah, he's gonna be before. That's the one thing I didn't want. That's why I kind of wanted the Chiefs to trade up because
That's the only thing
we don't need a Chargers getting no more weapons. Let's let's take one from.
If we can get a slot
him.
receiver, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Honestly, now perfect our offense.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be a very interesting night because if the Chiefs can trade up and get Olave or somebody, that would be nice. But we'll see how it plays out.
But Andre, the receiver that I honestly will take, that I'll like, I think is a sleeper, Andre. If you're talking about Davis, I like Burke too. I think Burke will be a solid receiver coming out of Arkansas from the SEC. I think he will be a solid receiver. I think you can use him like in a Deebo Samuel-esque, and we can use him in that system, use him as a slot receiver, and then put him at a little bit, just using the same way how San Francisco used Deebo Samuels. So I think Burke from Arkansas, Traylon Burke will be a great pickup, and I'd rather take him over Olave because I like speed, but I think Burke is more physical and he's football game speed. He's more of an all-around player, better.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. And Andre said Chargers offense is scary.
Very scary.
As hell.
Yeah. Yeah, we
separated into two confidence.
Yeah. My guy's going for MVP this year. And we're going to represent the AFC.
All right,
we're going to represent the AFC in the Super Bowl.
Hey, it wouldn't surprise me. I like Herbert. I think I'm real high on Herbert, and I'm not a Chargers fan, but I love watching him play. I think he's going to probably end up being the best quarterback in the league here in the next few years. I think he has that kind of ability.
I think so too. I really do. People tell me I'm like this. Y'all think I'm playing? I said, I'm not gonna lie. I think Herbert can be just as good as Mahomes. He said, there's no way Herbert can be just as good as Mahomes. Mahomes got one of the best arms we ever seen. I said, Herbert, if you watch a game, Herbert got just as good an arm as Mahomes. Him and Josh Allen got just as good of an arm as Mahomes.
Herbert does.
And they're athletic. Just like Mahomes. I said, don't sleep. Herbert has a chance. This guy just threw for 5,000 yards last season. But I said he has a chance. And I said, I think this year we can knock off the Chiefs and win the division.
Yeah, I
do
Greg have something to say about that.
Not with that coach over there that believes in numbers.
You think y'all defense and the loss in Tyreek Hill being gone?
I mean, look,
is he gonna slow y'all down?
Steve Spagnuolo is definitely he's on the hot seat this year. If this season doesn't go right and it's because of the defense, he's gonna be up out of here and we're gonna have a new
you can't blame Spags. Y'all didn't re-sign Honey Badger. And Honey Badger was a key to y'all defense. And I love Mahomes. I think Mahomes is his top quarterback, but without Tyreek Hill, which was y'all scariest guy, y'all ain't got nobody that's good. So I'm honestly not worried about Kansas City this year because our offense is so high powered. We have potential to be the best offense in football. I already think we got the dark horse MVP. And I really think if we get a receiver and we build how I think we're going to build in draft, Khalil Mack and J.C. Jackson, we just added them, I think we can really make some shape and we can make something work. And I think we can represent the AFC. I'm not saying the Chiefs can't. Y'all got to do something really drastic to do it. But I think we can represent the AFC. I think Y'all are the third best team in our division right now. I think Denver's better.
The Chiefs are the third best team in the
Oh.
AFC West.
Without Tyreek Hill? Yes.
Oh, save this tape.
Without Tyreek Hill and
Take one,
Tyrann Mathieu.
save
You
it.
got rid of Tyrann Mathieu, which is arguably the best player in his position, and
Mhm.
Tyreek Hill, which is arguably the best player in his position.
The offense is built around Kelsey, but
It's
there's
built
more.
around
It's going to
Kelsey,
be
but
more.
Tyreek Hill is very much a part of that offense. Due to him with jet sweeps, smoke screens, you can give him a slant. He goes 30. He can go play deep threat. Like, you can't stop him. So Tyreek Hill was a big part of the offense. They don't have Tyreek Hill anymore.
There's no
So the
Tariq
offense is going to be
Hill.
very different.
But I think the offense is going to be better because now the ball, not saying the ball wasn't spread while, Hill was here, but now Patrick Mahomes is going to spread the ball out. It's going to be hard for defenses just to hone in on one person now. They can't play the cover 2 shell anymore. So now it's like,
If you could play, if you got a nice, honestly, if your linebacker or your safety is fast enough to cover Kelsey, you could beat the Chiefs now because Tyreek Hill was that decoy. If you didn't have nobody to stop Tyreek Hill, you had to double Tyreek Hill. Now with Kelsey, luckily we got Derwin James, and Derwin James can cover Kelsey. So he's not going to be that much. He's going to be out the game a little bit. Same thing with Denver. Denver has guys that can rotate to cover Kelsey. Las Vegas, they just got an elite pass rush.
Yeah, they got a good
Best pass rush in the division. Not even gonna lie, but because you got Ngagwe, you got Crosby, and you got Chandler Jones, that pass rush is sick.
Yeah,
But
that's very
you
good.
have. I honestly don't think the Chiefs. Like, you guys got firepower. You guys got Kelsey. I honestly just don't think y'all are better than us with the Broncos. Due to the fact Kelsey and Tyrann Mathieu's gone, not just one, both. And those were key players on y'all team. Tyrann Mathieu made y'all defense better, and Tyreek Hill made y'all offense better, and it's going to look very different.
So I think they're going to miss Matthew more than they're going to miss Hill.
I think so too.
Yeah, you can say that. You can say
on the
that.
defensive end, because y'all defense wasn't as solid as it was years. Y'all defense always been bad, but last year was terrible. And Tyrann Mathieu covered a lot more of that defense than a lot of people expected. Now that defense is not going to be the same without Tyrann Mathieu.
I like Justin Reed there. You'll see the defense will be better because Daniel Sorensen isn't there being stupid anymore.
But you got to realize people saying the Chargers. Well, only thing the Chargers is missing is some defense. It's some people to stuff the run. We got to Khalil Mack, improved our run, and we need another solid corner. Boom, we got J.C. Jackson, which means you guys forget that puts Chris Harris inside the slot. And you put Chris Harris inside the slot, you got Derwin James, you got Santi Samuel Jr. on the other side. So our defense improved, moving and adjustment when we want to run the nickel defense. 2, we just added another pass rusher with Khalil Mack. So Khalil Mack, you're gonna have to you're not gonna double Khalil Mack or Joey Bosa. So they're playing 1-on-1 every down, and that's scary. That's why I say my charge. Not because this time it's like it's gonna be a crazy mismatch. And Denver's literally was a quarterback from being a contender. They got Russell Wilson, even though Russell Wilson's nice, and my criticism on Russell Wilson is first 8 and 9 weeks he's an MVP caliber first team All Pro quarterback, and then hits back to reality. That's my thing on Russell Wilson. So personally, I think Russell Wilson. That's why I say Russell Wilson is the third best quarterback in our division. I'll take Herbert over Wilson. That's me.
Right.
I don't like anybody else take Wilson over Herbert. But
and I'll tell you what, Derek Carr is an underrated quarterback in that division as well.
I just don't think, compared to all of us, I think we all got it, and I think Derek Carr is nice. I personally just don't see Derek Carr could be up to that elite level like to Herbert, Wilson, and Mahomes. That's the only reason. And plus, I don't think Devontae Adams is going to have that much success like he had with Aaron Rodgers. That he had with.
I don't trust Derek Carr and never have.
Derek Carr's a very underrated quarterback. He's a very good quarterback. Yeah, I think he's a top 12 quarterback in football.
No, I do too.
He could be 12, 13. That's good.
I'm not saying that he's better than them guys in that division. I was just saying that he's very underrated. He takes a He's kind of like Garoppolo. They take a lot of crap for some reason from people that I don't understand why. I mean, I understand Carr might not be at that top elite level, but he's definitely an above average quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah, Andre, you're right. Carr do got weapons. He got Hunter Renfrow, Devontae Adams, Darren Waller, Josh Jacobs. He got some crazy weapons.
To me, with the Raiders, it's going to come down to their defense more than their offense because their offense should be able to put up some points.
The defense got better with Chandler Jones. You just re-signed Max Crosby. Like I said, you got Ngakoue, which is a very sleeper defensive guy. People don't realize how good he is in the pass rush. They just lost J.C. Jackson, but you still got Denzel Perryman. He was just a Pro Bowler. So I think the Raiders, I think they're going for a defensive back. I think they're going to look for a defensive back. And honestly, like, the Raiders are nice. I just think because of Derek Carr, he's not in that, like, all those quarterbacks, Wilson, Herbert, and Mahomes, they're top 7 at the minimum. Those are all 3 of the top 7 quarterbacks in football.
Yep.
And they put Carr right there. You're like, Carr's top 12. So that's why I'm like, Carr doesn't have he has what they got, but Carr is not going to be in that shootout and take us home like that.
All right.
And I think Devontae Adams is going to, I literally think his numbers is going to decline from Aaron Rodgers to Derek Carr. Because Derek Carr got spread the wealth. You got Darren Waller, Pro Bowl, all-pro tight end, top 3 tight end in football. Then you got Hunter Renfrow. Hunter Renfrow was basically the main receiver last year. So honestly, I think it's just going to be hard for him to spread the ball, and I think his numbers is going to decline, and Devontae's not going to like it.
What's going to be the difference in the West is, and Charger fans are going to see this, Brandon Staley is going to cost the Chargers 3 to 4 games. And it's going to be the difference in them winning and not winning the AFC West. He's going to do something dumb in 3 to 4 games. It's going to cost them. That's the reason why they're not going to win the AFC West.
I don't think
they're gonna have to get a different coach in there if they want to win.
I think Staley learned from last season that going for 4th in our own 20 in the first quarter is not going to ruin the season. He's not going to mess it up. I think he's going to learn from his first year. Like, hey, I can't go for 4th down in my own 20, and we're not down. It's my game.
That was the funniest thing I saw all season last year. And Chris,
it's funny to the outside.
He takes aggression to a whole new level. And Frank Reich with the Colts is aggressive like that. There's times like, dude, use your damn field goal kicker.
I'm like,
Colts have lost games because of that as well.
Yeah, because
of
analytics. Yes,
we're getting paid. They're getting paid for a reason. Like, why are we going for? I'm like, okay, we're in the red zone.
Look at it. That's what was something that cost the Chiefs against the Bengals in the AFC Championship game. Going for it at halftime, right there at the goal line, instead of taking the 3 points. Instead, you get stopped, and the whole momentum of the game shifted.
I'm like, we're in our own. I'm like, we're at the 40. We're in the red zone. All right, we can hit a 30-yard field goal. Why are you? First off, why are you going for it? We can hit a 30-yard field goal. It's not hard. Let's play smart football.
Good old Brandon.
This is ASAP in the afternoon. I know Greg, I think, has to go to work.
Yeah.
I have another show here in about 10 minutes, but I won't be on tomorrow. But I think Greg and Deontay might get together and do a show tomorrow, so we still have a show. I'll be traveling to go do an interview, but I'll be back on Monday. Hopefully next week we can do every day. Today I woke up a little bit late. That was on me. But this new medicine, once I get used to it, I'll be all right. But it takes a few days to adjust.
You good, man?
Yeah, it's all good.
Do you guys have any final thoughts real quick before we get out of here?
I just hope we get a defensive tackle. I just hope we do. I'd rather take the defensive tackle and get an experienced, seasoned veteran lineman over there.
And I'm glad you did say that. Don't forget, tonight, ASAP Sports is having a big NFL draft show. I know it's starting at 7 p.m. Eastern. I'll be a part of it too. It starts at 7 p.m. Eastern with the unscripted guys. I'll be on there with Jay McLovin and Logan Landers and Frankie and all of them. So that'll be a good time. And I know after that, there's a bunch of people that's going to be on for the rest of the draft and cover the whole first round.
I'll be on there too.
Yeah, it's going to be an entertaining night. So make sure you tune into that. Did you have anything, Greg?
Oh man, this is a wonderful night for sports. You got the draft, you got the NBA playoffs going on. Also, so great night to be a sports fan. Hopefully my Chiefs get a corner or a receiver or something nice tonight. So we shall see.
I'm always interested in seeing what big trades will happen there in the first round of the draft. So that's something that's always good to look for. But I thank everybody for joining us. We will see you guys tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern with Afternoon Blitz. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.
All sports, all plays. Yeah. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making a plays. We talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, then dime in the lane. Variety, topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. Hitting the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays.
Get ready. This summer, the Arena League Sports is on ASAP Network. Tune in live on either the Tiki Live or Roku app, as well as your smart home TV.